All right, welcome to Dental Board. So today we're going to talk about the TOEFL secrets to know. Okay, and this is about reading. So these are some of the secrets that really no one wants to tell you about. Okay, but you must know these secrets for the reading. English is not my first language, so I had to take TOEFL. Now, when I took TOEFL, I did not study. I took the practice exam the day before, and I went in and I scored over 110. Okay, so these are the secrets. All right. So so number one, reading section is not about reading. Okay, and I repeat this one: reading section is not about reading. So don't fall in the trap of saying, "Oh, this is reading section," and you're gonna read the entire passage. Don't do that. The reading section is about time management, okay? Because if they had to give everyone like 24 hours to answer this exam, everyone would do well. Everyone will score well because they have enough time to read and find the answers, okay? So the reading section is not about reading, okay? So what do you do? So because there's no time to read the passage, when you open the reading section, number one thing you have to read the title thoroughly. Okay? So read the title thoroughly. And usually the reason you have to read about the title, okay? The title is a summary sentence of the passage. So if you look at the title itself, you should be able to have a vague idea of what the paragraph is about. All right? And then so you read the title and understand the title, and then read and understand the title, and then you move on to start answering the question. Don't don't read through the passage quickly, because that's waste of time. You'll be As you answer the questions, you're going to be reading the paragraphs which are necessary, okay, to answer your question. So, all right, so that's number one. Number two, read the questions and answers first, okay? So, for example, you have a question which says in paragraph so and so, the author or whatever they are asking about. So you have to read what the question is and quickly read through the options. Okay. So don't just read the question and jump to the passage in the question. You have to read both the question, okay, and the answer options, so that you know what the options are talking about. This is going to facilitate you finding the answer quickly. Remember, it's all about time, and the sooner you find the answer, the sooner you move on. A lot of issue with reading passages is that even though the format has changed, it still remains about time management. Okay, people are still running out of time. So make sure you read, okay, read the question, read through the answer options quickly, and then go to the passage or the paragraph in the passage that the question is asking about. Okay, so that's number two. All right. So number three is that you have to have a strategy to tackle the long passage to find an answer. This is where the trick comes in. All right. So they give you a question which is fairly simple. They give you some answer options and they say read this paragraph. But however, you find that the paragraph is too long, and they know the people usually start reading from the top of the paragraph and they progress downwards to find the answer. So is a passage too long, you're gonna waste time trying to find the correct answer. Okay, so here's a strategy. It's all about time management. So the strategy is number one, when you have a long passage and you think you're going to waste time, read the first 2 to 3 sentences of the passage. Okay? This one, if there's no answer in that part, and then you move on to the end of the paragraph. Okay? And then you read the last 2 to 3 sentences of the passage or the paragraph that they're asking about. And most of the time, the answer will be found in this section, okay, or the passage. So, most likely, if you start reading, if you read the first two to three or the last 2 to 3, your answer is going to be found in there. All right? Because either they're going to put the answer at first or they're going to put the answer at the end of the paragraph, because they know by you looking, they know by putting the answer at the end of the paragraph, you waste time when you start at the top of the paragraph. Okay. So, however, if after reading the first 2 to 3 of the first part of the paragraph and the last 2 to 3 sentences of the passage or the paragraph, if you can't find the answer there, and then you read the remaining middle part to find your answer. Okay, this is going to help you with time management. Trust me, this method works. Okay, so again, what I just talked about is that reading is not about reading. If every one of us had 24 hours to answer those questions and passages, we all get 100%. However, because we only have a few minutes to answer each section, okay, make sure you have a method of answering or tackling these reading passages. So, number one, okay, make sure you read the title. Okay, so in summary, okay, about TOEFL reading, this is short and sweet. And most of you who are taking the national dental boards, for you to apply to advanced standing, you have to take TOEFL exams. Okay, so these are the strategies which work and for you to have good time management and have a good score. All right. So number one, we discussed already. Remember that reading is not about reading; it's about time. Okay, keep that in mind. It's not about reading; it's about time. If we all had enough time, we would get 100%. Okay. Read the questions. As we mentioned, read the questions first and read the options, and then proceed to the paragraph that they're asking about. Okay. And then the most important thing is for you not to waste time, have a strategy to find an answer in a long passage, okay, as quickly as possible. Having this strategy is going to prevent you from having anxiety because you have wasted time on a long passage. Okay, so all these are going to help you have good time management. Okay, good time management. All right. So if you read the several books, they're going to tell you, oh, you have to read the passage quickly to see what the passage is all about, and then go back and then go to answering the questions. That's a waste of time. People don't finish. Okay, so this is because and then when it comes to some of the summary questions, don't worry about summary questions, because as you answer each question, they give you a paragraph to read. So if you are reading those paragraphs to answer each question, by the time you reach the end of the section question, then you're going to answer any summary questions. Okay, so make sure you have a strategy to answer long paragraphs, and make sure that you remember that it's all about time management. Okay, reading is all about time management. So I hope these strategies help you. Try them. Make sure when you're practicing, make sure you use these strategies and memorize them, and this is going to make you more confident in them in terms of time management. Okay. All right. So like, share, subscribe. The next video, okay, or lecture is going to talk about the listening portion, okay, from my experience. All right. Remember, I didn't study at all. I just did some practice exam the day before, and I went in to take my exam. All right. And I scored over 110. All right. Without studying, using these strategies that I'm sharing with you. All right. Many of my students who are studying for dental boards, okay, who have passed their part 1 and part 2 boards, now they're taking the TOEFL exams, all right, and they're asking me the strategies I use. These are the strategies I use. These are the secrets about TOEFL that they don't tell you about. You can listen to a lot of things. Oh, I read this, I read that, I use this strategy, but remember, the reading section is all about time management. Okay. All right. If you have any questions, comment. All right. And subscribe so you can receive notification on the next section. Good luck.